Hello and warm welcome to everyone joining us today. I'm your host Dalvinder Kaur from lovely Professional University. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into today's topic, that is decoding data, industry trends and data science, machine learning careers. Before we proceed further, allow me to introduce the experts of the day. Mr. Ajay Sharma, Senior Technical Mentor. He is working in upgrad more than 2 years, and he is having 6 years of experience in AI ML domains. So now I would like to introduce Mr. Shobhadeep Mukherjee also in this webinar. Welcome, Mr. Shobhadeep Mukherjee. He is a Java software engineer currently working at Walmart. Mr. Shobhadeep excels in designing and implementing complex software systems and is also passionate about teaching. He helps students build strong foundations in computer science and more. Before we proceed further in today's session, I would like to request everyone, for any questions you can write in the chat box or in the Q&A box, and same will be addressed from my side in the end of this webinar. Now I'm going to hand over this session to our experts, Mr. Ajay Sharma and Mr. Shubhadeep Mukherjee, and it would be an absolute delight to listen from them. Over to you both.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the introduction.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you guys are doing great. Um, so let's get started. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about data science career and machine learning. Okay. Please let me know if you find any problem into understanding my writing. Okay. And I will use mostly caps. Okay. So first we will get introduced to data science. Introduction. Okay. Then number two is, what is analytics and how the data science is important. Okay. And number three, what are the key requisites of data science and analytics. And finally, the most important and interesting part is this one, salaries. So I guess this will clear a lot of the things and a lot of your doubts, a lot of your questions that you guys have. Okay. So if we start, okay, that with our first topic, that what is analytics, what is data science, right? And how the history of analytics and data science evolved, correct? So then we need to start from what is data, correct? So data is nothing but it is a byproduct of different industries. Okay. So suppose you build a software. Okay. So from that software, you will get lot of, when you do the experiments with the software, right? You note the observations that you are getting from that experimentation. And that comes as a data. Okay. Even when we see that when we go to a Kirana shop, I hope a lot of you guys are going to Kirana shop or your parents are going to Kirana shop. And even over there, you will see when you buy a product in a place, the shopkeeper writes that what you guys are buying. That is again a data. Okay. So this type of data is generated actually from lots of other industries, and it was a byproduct. Okay. So some minds actually came up that why don't we use it going forward? Like, why don't we store it and use it? They don't know how it will be used. Okay. The way we are using today, it was not used in that format. Okay. At that point in around early 90s, people had no idea that how to use that data, how to do that. So then first they thought of, okay, let's store it, because it's coming from different scientific observations, different scientific experiments, different software development. So let's store it. So they were software developers. people with software developing background are very good into like creating a framework, right? So they started creating storage houses and they started storing data. And there comes the first role in this analytics. That role is called data engineers and data administrators. Okay. So this was the first role. So these database data engineers or the data administrators, what they used to do is that they started storing the data sets. So that is the first role in analytics that came up where people started storing the data sets, and that role is still there. That is called data engineers or data administrators. Okay. How they store it? They store it in big systems, big data warehouses. And today, when we use those data warehouses, we interact with that, which is called SQL. So they created, so these people were software engineers, they're very good in coding. So they created this SQL language uh, for the data ingestion part. Okay, so with this language, they started creating the database and started inputting data inside it. So that was the first role that comes into data, like into data analytics or analytics as a whole. The next important role after that, so they stored the data. So that is now done. So this was done till early 90s. Okay, I so before I am born, this part was done. Okay. So after 90s, they started that, okay, we have stored it. Now how we will use it? Okay, how we will use it. So the first most important thing that come into our mind are KPIs. What is KPIs? It's called key performance indicators. What are those? Like suppose I'm running a retailer. So I want to know how much sales we are getting, how many customers we are getting, how much transactions we are having, what is the change of my sales from the last year. So all these type of things comes under the big head of the data analysis. So this was the first step into data analysis. So with that, the first step was to use this data and build numbers so that any business knows that what is the his status quo, what is happening over there. Just like you guys also see in your family, your parents creates a budget at the end of the month, and that budget, it means that they will find out that what is the total expenditure in every buckets, correct, whether it has increased from the last month or not. So that part also a business wanted to know, because they are running something which is more than a family. That's a big family, right? So then they started finding out those KPIs. And that is created by something which is created by some people who are called, in today, they are called data analysts. So they started also using the SQL, and using that SQL language, right? They started creating the data analysis. Okay, right. So they started creating basic KPIs. Okay, so they started using SQL. Along with that, then they started using Excel, because they need to report it. So from SQL, they can get the data, and from Excel, they can put that numbers and they can show those numbers to the different stakeholders. So that is the second part. So that is the second part. The next part, okay, after what these people were doing, that they were showing great numbers to the business. So they thought, okay, why we will use only Excel to show the numbers? Let's do something which is more dynamic in nature. Okay, which is more dynamic in nature, right? With which business can itself see that what they can that what is the status quo, what are these numbers, how the numbers are changing month over month. So then they started creating some softwares which are called BI tools. Okay, and for the BI tools, they are like Tableau. Today what we are using is Tableau and Power BI. These are most popular used tools, but there are some other tools as well. So that is the second level. So okay, then it is good that that people were producing different numbers, different KPIs, and business was happy getting it. But as you go on producing more and more numbers, right, then they saw discrepancy in numbers. Okay, just like sales of 1 year was less than the previous year. So then business has the question. We all have our inquisitive mind that when we see something abnormal, we always ask the question, why it is happening. So then the shift started from there to why it is happening. This to inquire these type of questions. Now the data analyst doesn't have those capabilities. Okay, so now a new role came in. Okay, a new role came in, and that role is called business analysts. Okay, business analysts. So when these people come in, right, these business analysts came in, right, then the next thing that happened, that their role became that they are the deep divers. Deep diver means they always find out the question why. Always the answer to the question why. Okay, so why it is happening, why my sales has gone down, why my customers is going bad. So over there what he needed is all the skills he needed. Okay, and apart from that what he needed is good business knowledge. Okay, good business knowledge. So business knowledge and hypothesis building skills, right? That suppose I saw, okay, my sales have gone down, but why? But I can make a hypothesis that whether it is not happening that my stores have closed. So these are the people who try to make those hypotheses. Okay, these are the people who try to make those hypotheses. Okay, that okay, let me see. Okay, whether the stores have closed or not, or let me see that whether the customers who are doing good sales, are they coming back and doing the same amount of sales. So this type of business hypothesis comes into play, and along with the business hypothesis comes the expertise of mathematics and basic statistics. Okay, mathematics and basic statistics. You guys, I think some of you guys should have gone through that some topics like testing of hypothesis, right? So those things now come into play, and then I am a statistician. Okay, so then roles people like us were involved. Okay, till that point we were not taken into job. Okay, हम लोगों के लिए job नहीं था. Our job was that jobs were not there for us. But then for the first time, it was entirely done by engineers. But then our role comes into the play, and we, as a mathematician, statistician, or econometrician, these people now come into the picture. Okay, these people now come into the picture, and then we started using our mathematical knowledge to validate this business hypothesis. So for a business analyst, the skills became SQL, Excel, then Tableau and Power BI, business knowledge, maths, statistics, and business hypothesis. So these things now became very important. So now they have answered why. Okay, this was the status quo till 96, 97, year 96, 97. So people were answering what? That what is the status quo of my business, and why, if something bad happens or something extraordinary happens, why it is happening. The people were very happy with it. Now some brilliant people came and told them that can't we do anything so that we can change this for the future. Okay, we know my present, I know my past, but can we change this my future, that if I know that okay my stores are closing, that's why my sales is going down, or my customers are disengaged, okay, that's why my sales are going down, but what for the future, can we change that? And then these people now told that we can't do anything, we are done, we whatever we have done, our knowledge, this is our limitation, we cannot do anything more. So then another section of people came up, and they were called data scientists. Okay, they were called data scientists. Okay, so these were called data scientists. I will give it here. What these people do, they are like business analysts, but they are more powerful in mathematics, more powerful in different kind of coding languages, more powerful in different algorithms. Okay, they're more powerful in this. With those, using those sophisticated mathematical algorithms, they try to predict what is going to be in the future. Just like I can predict that which of my customer is coming again and buying different products in the future. Okay, so this type of things they can start building. They started building those things. So basically they have all the knowledge over here, plus now they have different they have knowledge in different sophisticated algorithms, which we call as ML algorithms, machine learning algorithms, or even that has evolved today to deep learning algorithms, or different type of data also evolved, right? So earlier we were only using with structured data, but again the database administrators and data engineers, they are also evolving. Okay, so they thought, okay, that we have streamlined the process of using a normal data set, which is a row column format, a normal data set like a spreadsheet. We have done that, but let's try other type of data sets. Let's store other type of data sets. So they started storing images, they started storing uh, uh, text, they started storing voice, they started storing videos. And again, as the flow comes, that comes to the data analysts, then it comes to a business analyst, and finally to the data scientist. All of the people started using them. And now the algorithms that were used for a traditional form of row column format data, this type of data sets needs different treatment, right? So that's why different type of algorithms evolved, and these data scientists started learning all those algorithms. Okay, so they always have the skills of learning the what a business analyst does, but they also know different machine learning and advanced algorithms. Along with that, they need to process these type of data, fit this type of algorithms. And now the SQL, which was created much earlier, it is now not need now cannot do all possible level of algorithm fitting. It can only interact with the database, it can interact with the data warehouse. You can get the data from the database, process it, that's it. But it cannot fit those advanced algorithms which can predict future, right? So then you need different software. So here Python comes into the play. Okay, earlier there were R, a different language was used, then SAS, a different language, and but popular, today's most popular language is Python. And today we are using Python mostly, okay, for doing this type of manipulation. Tomorrow again something new might come. There is already a work in progress of a software called Julia. Okay, a lot of research community people use that Julia. So maybe tomorrow we will see another language which is Julia, which has different advantages over R and Python. Okay, so but it is still in a uh, production phase. So maybe tomorrow we will not need Python, but today, as far as today's thing is happening, we are using Python. So this is the structure that has happened. Now now data scientists created algorithm. Now what happened that after 2020s or around 2016 17s, right, this e-commerce revolution occurred. Okay, that phone apps that we are getting, Uber, Ola, then you have Amazon, Flipkart, right? All these people started evolving. Okay, and these people started using these algorithms very frequently. So when they started using these algorithms very frequently, you cannot build an algorithm for the one time and use it. So they need this algorithm frequently. So it means that you need to wrap that algorithm that data scientists build into a scalable software. Okay, into a scalable software. So here comes a blend of data scientists and software engineers who created and a new branch of people formed, and they are called machine learning engineers, ML engineers. Okay, ML engineers. Okay, so what ML engineers need? ML engineers need whatever a data scientist need, plus they will need software development skills. Okay, software development skills. So basically for this they need something which is called DSA, data structure and algorithm, right? And they should be very good with different cloud platforms, right? Because today all the softwares are built on cloud, so different cloud platforms. So these two things became popular. Okay, so now these ML engineers need everything that a data scientist have, right? Plus they will need this cloud platform and DSA, which is called data structures and algorithms. So hopefully you guys are clear with what is analytics, how analytics has evolved over time, and what are the most basic requisites for different data science as well as different analytics roles. So if I summarize here, for data engineers are the most basic role into this domain. They are mostly a kind of a software engineer only. For them you will need SQL. Okay, for them you will need SQL. Then the next role which comes, and which is called data analysts. Okay, who create some basic insights, KPIs or basic numbers from the data, and for them you need SQL, Excel, Tableau and Power BI. Tableau or Power BI. Okay, that is the next part. The next role that comes into this domain is business analysts, right? So in the business analyst domain people get um, everything that a data analyst knows, like SQL, Excel, Tableau and Power BI. Apart from that he needs mathematics, statistics and business hypothesis and business knowledge. Okay, domain knowledge we also call that. Okay, now after that the next role comes for the data scientists. For the data scientists they need everything what a business analyst needs. So everything, SQL, Excel, Tableau, Power BI, everything is needed. Hypothesis, math, stats, plus advanced machine learning algorithms and Python. Finally, the most niche role in today's world is ML engineers. So for the machine learning engineer, they need to know everything that a data scientist knows. Plus, they need software development skills where they might need DSA and cloud. So these are mostly the roles that we can see in today's world. I will just now go to the most interesting part, and then I will open the session for the questions. Okay. The most interesting part for this session is salaries. Okay. All of you guys should be envisioning these salaries. Right? So what are salaries? How much salaries you should get? Okay, for every role. Now, here also there is a bifurcation. Okay, there is a bifurcation. The first salary that you guys, the first block that we are having here is particularly, so there are three type of companies that I will break. Okay, the first one is called service based company. Service based company. So what they do, they give service, the analytics as a service for another company. So they do not have any projects of their own. They solve other companies' projects. Okay, so they take up the other companies' projects and then they do it. Companies, I get an example I can give, like TCS, Wipro, McKinsey, Deloitte, right? So they are coming under this band. The next one is banks and financial institutions. Okay, banks and financial institutions. Okay, so they also have so there are, this is the biggest in the number, by the way. Okay, means the most of the companies are falling into there, this. particular bucket. So they are doing the analytics for their own, but they mostly create something like a project wise. So they have a problem, you go there, solve it, but it is for their own company. Okay, so we have example wise, we have HSBC, HDFC, Citi, SBI, Morgan Stanley, American Express, JP Morgan, and more. Goldman Sachs, lots of companies. And finally, today's most niche one is this one, which is product based. Okay. So it's coming from Amazon, Google, Flipkart, Walmart, uh, Apple, Netflix, all these companies fall under this. Even Swiggy, Uber, Ola, Zomato, Big Basket, all these companies fall into this bucket. Okay, so this is the head of product companies. Okay, so now salaries will be different for for these type of companies. Okay, and also there are buckets inside it. Okay, even for service based, you have 3 tiers. I will not go into that much of grid, it will become very complex for you guys to understand, but I will give a range. So when I will give the range, you will understand the lower value will be for the first type of grid, and the highest one will be the highest level of grid. So that again a 3 level actually. Okay, just like high, mid, and low. Okay, so high level service based company who pays very well, mid level service based company who pays medium, low based service based company which is paying lower package. But there is a trade off. Low based service based company usually take more people. Okay, as you go to the low from high, the chances that your interview rounds will become more rigorous. Clear? So that is the crux. So that is the trade-off. Okay. So you will get paid less, but chances of getting into those companies is higher. And the companies who are paying more, the chances of getting into the company become lesser because the interview process becomes more rigorous. Okay. So yeah. So first, I will definitely go with the data engineer role. Okay, data engineer role. Data engineer, the first one which we have discussed, right? So for a service based company, this can lie between 6 lakh to 10 lakhs. Okay, for starting salary I'm talking about. Okay, as you gain experience, it will become higher. Okay, as you get promotions and all those, it will become higher. So here it can be 6 lakh. 6 lakh service based means it is almost the company which is the lower tier. Okay, companies. And the higher lower tier company, if I talk to you, they are the mass recruiters. Okay, who are the mass recruiters today? TCS, Wipro, these are the mass recruiters. They are recruit huge amount of people. Infosys, right? So they, and 10 lakhs, they are the highest level means McKinsey, Bain, okay, Boston Consulting Group, these type of companies are there who are coming into the highest level. So that is they're getting 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs, like that, ballpark numbers. Okay, for banks mostly this number will be from 8 to 14 lakhs. 8 to 14 lakhs. Okay, so it will be higher from service based to banks. If you go, obviously it will be higher because here you are doing an analytics for some other company, so it's a third party, right? But this is the first party, you are doing the work for your own company, so they will pay you more. Okay, so 8 to 14 lakhs. Okay, and here it becomes from 10 to around 15 lakhs. That is the salary that you guys are going to get. Okay, everything will be in lakhs, by the way. Okay, so this is the basic data engineering salary. Then data analyst. Data analyst and data engineer will not be very different when you begin your career. So this can be similar, around 7.5 lakh to around 11.5 lakhs. Okay, or 12 lakhs. Banks, it can be almost like from 8 lakhs only, but it can go till again 15 to 16 lakhs. Because the skill wise we're not very different, right? Only you need uh, some visualization skill which is easy to learn. Apart from that, you only need SQL. From here, when the picture comes, it might become from 12 lakhs to around 16 17 to 18 lakhs. So this will be a salary of a data analyst. Then business analyst. Okay, analyst business analyst business analyst salaries will be again similar to data analyst. These are very close business family. Here only you know little about technical skill is almost same, right? SQL, Excel, Power BI, that is same, but only some business. So you will get salaries around 8.5 lakhs to around here around 12 lakhs to 13 lakhs at max. Banks will be around over here. They will give you again around from 8.5 lakhs to around 17 lakhs only. Okay. From here to here, this will become around again 13 to 14 lakhs till it might go to 19 lakhs. Roughly this. 19 to, I will say 19 to 20 also it can go. Now for data scientist, here you have got a major jump. Okay, because from here you need machine learning is coming, Python is coming, and those are very tough to learn, right? So here the jumps are higher. So but for a service based company you will get around 9 to 10 lakhs from here till it can go to 16 to 17 lakhs. Okay, banks definitely it can go from around 9 to 10 lakhs again, and it can go to 18 to 19 lakhs. Okay, here the jump is highest because product based company takes huge amount of people. So here it will be from 16 to 17 lakhs to 24-25 lakhs people can get. The median salary is around 20 lakhs. Okay, because here the need is highest. ML engineer, this is again a big jump, right? ML engineers are very less in service base, but even if somebody gets, they will get around 14 to 15 to 16 lakhs till around 20 lakhs they can get from a particularly service based company. Okay, banks, you will definitely, it will be ML engineer roles are again less here also. Here, but here also you can get around 14 to 15 to 20, 21, 22 lakhs, and for product base it is used highest. Okay, and here you cannot imagine the salary. So basically it can be from 20 lakhs till it can go till 30 to 40 lakhs even for a fresher. Okay, so this is the biggest band. Okay, in the product because it is needed highest here, so they have huge demand. So basically this is about your salaries. Finally, the last topic, I will take 5 more minutes and then I will open up the session. This is also very important, right? You should be very overwhelmed with the salaries, but in order to crack these companies, right? This is very important. Interviews, right? So interviews also differ across different companies. Okay. For service based companies, okay, for any role by the way, okay, I will just make it generic. For any role you can see service based company, it will be around 2 to 3 rounds. 2 to 3 rounds you guys need to give. Okay, definitely one will be on coding and basic theory, and one can be a managerial round where they will ask about different projects. You guys can, since you guys are student, you can do put some mock projects and talk about them, and they can give you some case studies. Okay, based on different roles they can give you some case studies. And the third round is sometimes some companies take, they give you a data set and they will ask you to do some analysis. It depends on the role. For a data scientist they can give you a model to build, predictive model. For a business analyst or data analyst they can ask you to build some KPIs. Okay, so that is an optional. I have not seen that for all the companies, but the remaining 2 rounds will be there, one technical and one managerial. For banks it is again 2 to 3 rounds only. Sometimes it might go to +1, 4 rounds max. Okay, so for banks they will ask one round definitely technical, one managerial. Okay, and one on more on the coding side. Okay, so technical coding, technical technical what I will say, technical theory, one managerial, that is around 3 rounds, 2 to 3. The extra round, sometimes they will give you an online test. They might give you an online test. Okay, so that is another round that you might to give. Thanks. Now come to products. You can see the salaries difference, right? So here, uh, that is here the things become difficult because the salaries are very widely different, right? You can see. So when the salaries differ, things become tougher. So here definitely you need to cross 4 to 6 rounds of interview. So one coding, if you guys are going for a data analyst, then SQL. If you are going for a data scientist, then SQL and Python or Python. Okay. Two couple of rounds for theory. Okay. Whatever you are learning, couple of rounds theory and case studies. One case study, dedicatedly case study, one behavioral. Okay, one case study and one behavioral. This is a bare minimum you guys need to give. Some companies also add a screening test. Okay, just like in Amazon, they have a screening test. In Walmart, they have screening test. In Microsoft, they have an online test. So that kind of round. So either it will be a one round face-to-face interview, or it will be an online test you guys need to crack. So these are the overall structure about interviews and how to transition into a career. So hopefully you guys know that what are the important skill sets that is there, and based on that you can now take preparation. And if you have any questions, you can please let me know. Yes, Dalvinder, Ajay.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shobhadev Mukherjee and Mr. Ajay Sharma. So it was wonderful watching you talking on decoding data, industry trends, and data science and machine learning careers, incentives, salaries. It was a wonderful session. Thank you so much, Mr. Shobhadev. Can we take questions now, Mr. Shobhadev Mukherjee and Mr. Ajay
Sure.
Sharma? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Thanks for giving me chance to address your questions. Now let's start with first question. Someone is asking here,
Mhm.
how are current industry trends shaping the future of data science and machine learning careers?
Okay, so it's becoming very popular. As I told already in the session, that e-commerce is becoming very popular, right? So as e-commerce is growing, every decision of an e-commerce is today taken through data and through data science methods. Okay, so whether whom to target, whom to even when you just book Uber, right? Where are you booking, how many drivers to place, which driver to assign to you, it is decided by data science. And today there is another thing that is coming up, it's called generative AI, right? So with generative AI is coming in, the this is going to the next level. So every decision for a business is going to be taken by data science and uh, algorithms, and it will become more and more important in the upcoming days.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shubhadeep. You want to add something in this, Mr. Ajay Sharma?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, the data is the new oil for the today's world. So let's say if you want to do analysis, then and if you want to predict some results, so we need data, and data is getting generated with the advancement of technologies, with the advancement of apps, with the advancement of as we are going to do on daily lives. And we need to do analysis, and we need to get the results based on the data, and based on this, what we will do, we will make some decisions. Companies are going to make the decisions, and this should be done over here. And the basic foundation is, for that we need to learn codings, we need to learn about maths, we need there are some of the skill sets which are required. And it's a modern industry which is totally driven by the data science, and all the decision has to be done on the data. So for the students and for the this all the participants which are listening to us right now or might be in future, that what I suggested is that look around yourself, what are the things that you are going to purchase online, and how the decision has to be made. So this all the thing has to be driven by the data only, and someone is sitting at the back end and code the algorithms you. And based on this, you people will be seeing the advertisement online, on the shopping behavior. So all the thing has to be done over there. So it has a huge opportunities over here in the data science from the next upcoming 15 to 20 years. So come and join and learn data data science domain, machine learning algorithms, statistics. So that's my viewpoint on this webinar. And uh, and one more thing is rely on social media and see how the data has to be generated over there. So it should be analyzed by someone. So it has a huge job potential also, and you should learn this thing. So as Subhadeep sir has already told you about this, given you some of the information, the basic introductions that is there. So that's all from my side. Thank you, Linda ma'am. Thank you, Shobhadeep sir. Uh,
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks so much, Mr. Ajay and Mr. Shubhadeep. Can we take the next question, Mr. Shubhadeep?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Gurpreet is asking here, what skills and tools are most in demand for aspiring data scientists and machine learning professionals today?
Yeah. So I have, as I mentioned in the webinar, right? The most important tools that will be important is SQL. That is the most barely minimum that you need. Excel. Okay. Then you need Python. Then you need statistics, mathematics, basics, as well as machine learning algorithms. That is bare minimum. Now, if somebody wants to know more into and venture more into more complex problems, they can learn deep learning, they can learn natural language processing, they can learn generative AI, they can learn computer vision. I think these will be important.
yes, Subhadeep sir. Actually, there are a lot of tools which are available over here, but the, some of the
Mhm.
basic ones. If someone is sitting over here from the UG or from schools perspective also, so basically use the basic one is Excel. So everybody should learn the basic of Excels, how we are going to visualize the data. And then we have a lot of data then with the help of coding. So basic one is Python that everyone should understand and to visualize the data. Excel along with the Tableau and along with the Power BI. So these are the some standard tools which are used basically dealing with the data analysis only and to do the get the basic insights about the data. And let's say if we want to pre-process the data and we want to build up some kind of machine learning model based on this data, then we need some maths, advanced maths, some algorithms which are used over there, and we will learn some neural networks kind of things. Then we have a machine learning algorithms. If you have image related data, then one can build up their career in the deep learning domain also. So large language models are available over there. So these are the basic foundation, going from foundations to advanced career is there. So that's why this is the way we can go in this domain. In this domain. Over to you now.
I hope
Next.
Gurpreet, yes, I hope Gurpreet, you got your answer from our today's expert, Mr. Shobhadeep and Mr. Ajay Sharma. Um, Shivali is asking here, how do companies across different industries leverage data to driven decision making and innovation?
Okay, so I will give the answer first, right? So it depends on all the industries, right? As I told you, suppose you are talking about retail, okay? So as soon as you let me take Amazon as an example, okay? So as you go inside the Amazon website, right? Which products they need to show you, okay? Which products they need to recommend? What is the pricing of that particular product? What is the price of that particular product? Then how that particular, after you select a product, what is the delivery time? You will always see that exactly the delivery time is committed and that product gets delivered to you on that day. But that is not coming from air, okay? That is something which is called supply chain optimization. From there it is coming. So basically all these things are you, from there the data is collected, and based on that these algorithms are run and they give you this personalization. Even if you see YouTube, now in YouTube you will see lot of videos, you watch 2 3 videos, then you will see a similar kind of videos which you have never watched is recommended to you. That is done through a system called recommendation engine, with which these videos are recommended to you based on your personalization, right? Then again, if I go into like Swiggy, right, or Uber, like in Swiggy, like which restaurants will be available at what time, it's done through data analysis or machine learning. Which rep or which driver is allocated to deliver your order, that is also determined by machine learning. in Uber, which cab driver will be given to you, what will be the time to reach a particular place. All these are data driven decisions and driven through different machine learning algorithms. Even there are some other domains, right, in banks also, whether to give you a loan, okay, or not, whether you will do a fraud on a loan, whether you will do some kind of money laundering is determined through data science algorithms. So every domain you see, all the decisions today are made through data. And here these algorithms and the as a raw the data analysis is needed for uh, getting any decision that you take in a business.
Yes, Guru sir. Actually, uh, data science, if we talk about the industry perspectives, so it's used in almost every industry right now. Taking example of banking, finance. Let's take an example of petroleum industry. Petroleum industry is using a large amount of data analysis going on over there. If you talk about airline industry, again, it's a huge demand over there. Then we have social media companies are there, not about bankings. Then we have there are general purpose things which are going in market, just like the newspapers, advertisement companies are using that. Bollywood is using, Hollywood is using, film production is using a lot of data science based on this to tackle care of their audiences. So it's a huge expertise and huge domain is there. Now, I don't think so in any of the domains this data science could be used or data could be used. If you talk about geography also, we can use predict the weather predictions and all sort of things. So almost in every domains is used. This thing is used over here, and it has a huge impact future that we will see over here.
Correct.
Yes.
I hope all the participants got their answers from our experts. Thank you so much to once again our experts, Mr. Shobhadev Mukherjee and Mr. Ajay Sharma. If you have any questions regarding the admissions, you just write on our set admissions@lpu.co.in. You can do WhatsApp chat with us. Our WhatsApp number is 985256900. I'm repeating the number. It's 985256900. As we come to the end of this webinar, I want to express my deepest gratitude to our experts for sharing their valuable insights and expertise with us. Your presence, enthusiasm, and active participation have made this experience truly special. Hopefully, the attendees found this webinar to be valuable and will be able to utilize the information for better decision making regarding admissions. If anyone wants to access this webinar again, they can visit our website, that is lpu.in, or can be accessed on YouTube also. Stay connected with us for future webinars. Until we meet again, with the permission of my seniors, I would be signing off this webinar. Take care and goodbye. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you.